Elizabeth and everything organized. And we're in the First Chronicles, the 25th chapter, and he's organizing the musicians. And we'll do our 4 chapters today. And so here we go. First Chronicles, the 25th chapter. David and the chiefs of the service also set apart for the service the sons of Asaph and of Heman and of Jeduthun, who prophesied with lyres and harps and with cymbals. The list of those who did the work and of their duties was of the sons of Asaph, Zachar, Joseph, Nethaniah, and Ashariah, son of Asaph, under the direction of Asaph, who prophesied under the direction of the king. Of Jeduthun, the sons of Jeduthun, Gedaliah, Zeri, Jeshuiah, Shemiah, Hashabiah, and Mattathiah, and 6 under the direction of their father Jeduthun, who prophesied with the lyre in thanksgiving and praise to the Lord. Of Heman, the sons of Heman, Budka, Martaniah, Uziel, Shebuel, and Jeremoth. Hanani, Eliatha, Giddati, and Roman Nezer. Josh Bekasham, Malathi, Hother, Mahazioth. All these were the sons of Heman, the king's seer, according to the promise of God, to exalt him. For God had given Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters. They were all under the direction of the father in the master in the house of the Lord with cymbals, harps, and lyres for the service of the house of God. Asaph, Jeduthun, and Heman were under the order of the king. The member of them, along with their brothers, who were trained in singing to the Lord, all who were skillful, was 288, and they cast lots for their duties, small and great, teacher and pupil alike. The first lot fell to Asaph, to Joseph, the second to Gedaliah, to him and his brothers and his sons, 12, the third to Zachar, his sons and his brothers, 12, the fourth to Isri, his son and his brothers, 12, the fifth to Nethaniah, his sons and his brothers, 12, the sixth Bukiah, his sons and his brothers, 12, the seventh to Jesariah, his sons and his brothers, 12, the eighth to Jeshiah, his son and his brothers, 12, the ninth to Mattaniah, his sons and his brothers, 12, the 10th to Shimei, his son and his brothers, 12, the 11th to Azarel, his sons and his brothers, 12, the 12th to Hashabiah, his sons and his brothers, 12, to the 13th, Shebael, his sons and his brothers, 12, to the 14th, Mattathiah, his sons and his brothers, 12, to the 15th, to Jeremoth, his brothers and his sons and his brothers, 12, the 16th to Hananiah, his sons and his brothers, 12, to the 17th, to Joshbekashah, his sons and his brothers, 12, to the 18th, Hanani, his son and his brothers, 12, to the 19th, to Melahathi, his sons and his brothers, 12, to the 20th, to Elathah, his sons and his brothers, 12, to the 21st, to Hother, his son and his brothers, 12, to the 22nd, to Gidalti, his son and his brothers, 12, to the 23rd, to Mahazioth, his son and his brothers, 12, and to the 24th, to Ramantezer, his son and his brothers, 12. All right, and that finished the 25th chapter of First Chronicles. Now we're going to go to Ezekiel. They're over there in Babylon, and he's prophesying over there where Jeremiah prophesied in Jerusalem. And it's right there about Babylon's getting ready to get hurt. Okay.